Hello, my name is Michelle, and today I have a little tutorial on how to draw with color pencils on black paper. Kind of difficult, but I'm here to show you guys a tutorial on how to do it. Yeah, so those other two drawings are there for aesthetic purposes. The real star of the show is this little guy. This is the one that I go through the video. And if you're interested in attempting black paper, I would suggest doing something super colorful because it makes the painful journey much more fun. I use Prismacolor like all the other basics out there because it works. Yeah, disclaimer, the video is all over the place lighting wise, so I apologize beforehand, but I hope you enjoy the video, so let's get started. So first, of course, after drawing the outline, I start off with the whites, just laying down the foundation. You should always start off with the light points of the face when you're drawing any type of face in color pencil, especially with black paper. To lay down the foundation, it makes it a lot easier. Then I'm just going in with that blue. Again, just starting with those light points, going back and forth with different colors, adding a little bit of purple in there, and as you can see, it's just a build of color. You just keep adding and adding those colors to make the skin pop. And I really wanted to go colorful with this art piece because, again, it makes it a lot more fun when you're doing black paper. And I just want to go ahead and make sure that the light points are in place, because once you go in with that dark color pencil, there's no going back. You can kind of sometimes, depending, add dark, but you can't always add light to the face. So I just really want to emphasize add light to that face, especially when you're dealing with black paper. It makes it super easy. And of course, I'm just establishing that highlight because his face is glowing. I just want it to be kind of dewy, kind of cute, you know, we're making it handsome. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Now I'm going in with a little bit of a darker color pencil, and off camera I kind of blended that. Yep, and adding a little bit of a darker blue and brown just around the chin area. I just go back and forth and alternate between colors to establish this bright piece of artwork. By now, as you can see, I've kind of already added the base of the artwork, so I'm going and really adding that color, trying to make it smoother using this Blender Prismacolor. If you don't have one of these blender things, you can find them at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. They're super useful and they make my life so much easier. Look, there goes the lighting. Something's going on with the lighting. But back to talking about artwork, just going back and forth with that blender color pencil anywhere where I'm already comfortable with the artwork. The blender should be the last thing that you do. You shouldn't really go back into it. I do go back into it, but it shouldn't be something that you do continuously throughout the artwork. It should be something that once you're already done with that area, you use the blender to lay it down, and it makes it super nice and super smooth and more realistic looking. Something that I definitely struggled with throughout this artwork is making those colors pop, because of course black does take in a lot of that color and it's hard to make it stand out sometimes. But one thing I really suggest is to again focus on that light. If you feel like you got too dark in one place, try to go ahead and add some white or some some lighter colors of that same color range. Even though of course it is really difficult to go ahead and fix any dark areas by adding light to them, you can still go ahead and add white to some areas if you haven't blended it completely using that blender color pencil. That's why I really emphasize the fact that you should not be using blender color pencils throughout your whole artwork, only once you're done with one particular area. And of course, when you're drawing on white paper, which I guess is the complete opposite of drawing on black paper, you leave those white areas open and you kind of add color to this. This is completely different because you have to add the white here and then kind of avoid the black areas, leave some space in the black areas, just like I'm doing here with the nose, with the nostrils, and with the eyes. I'm leaving a bit of black because the eyes are kind of darker. Oh yeah, quick tip by the way, just because an eyeball is supposed to be white doesn't mean you should exactly draw it white. Eyes do have a lot of color in them, so you know, just act accordingly. You know your artwork better than I do, but just go ahead and try to avoid adding unnecessary amounts of color to any artwork you do actually. And around that noses I used to struggle with so much, especially when I was younger and in middle school, because I didn't get the frame right, but now I think I got a good hang of it. Yeah, just making sure to go ahead and add that nose highlight, those nice hues around the nose, and leaving that nostril area and tracing it with white, and making sure again to leave those nostrils completely black, because not all nostrils are completely black, but in this drawing they're black because that's what I did. I made them black. Now, as you can see, I'm going ahead and adding more pressure to the forehead area. Again, leaving out some of that graininess that I originally started off with, because I think it is really important to go ahead and not start off blending super rough in the beginning. It's time to give yourself some space and just allow for the blending, the real blending, to let itself occur towards the end of your artwork. And I'm just making sure to add a bunch of colors, going in with that blending color pencil that I of course live by, wanting to add more light but not being able to the extent that I wanted to, so I just tried to make it work. I wish I would have made the forehead area a little bit brighter. Here's that same issue with the lighting reoccurring. It looks super metallic-y from certain angles when I point it, so I think I eventually just turn off the lamp and just let the natural lighting take its course, but for now you have to look at the metallic-y forehead and it makes it look super ugly. Now at this point I'm getting a little frustrated because I don't like doing hair, so I just decided to do the background real quick. I think that's a good piece of advice. You know, if you just get frustrated with your artwork, just do the background and it'll clear your mind a little bit. At least it does for me. And the two things I hate the most, which is drawing ears and drawing hair, I left for last, which probably wasn't very tactical of me, but I tried my best. And here I'm just finishing up the final art pieces. I'm doing the bottom, which didn't take very long, or I didn't take very long to do it because I didn't care about it that much, if I'm being honest. And that's me wrapping up the artwork. You know, it took about 4 hours to do, which isn't too long, but it's kind of long considering the size. And there I am just writing my signature, which I didn't leave in fast motion because, you know, I guess if you want to copy my signature, here's a little guide how to. And that's the artwork. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It took a while, but I'm glad I did this video, and I hope it inspired some of you guys. Please, as always, feel free to ask me any questions in the comment section below, and thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and make sure to subscribe and check out some of my other videos if you get a chance. Thanks, guys. Bye.